Good morning. Welcome back to We Think Differently. Is that a problem? Um, I'm Michelle, and this is my bro right here. So we're gonna dive into a topic that's probably on everybody's mind right now. You know, and when does celebration cross the line or just goes too far? We're talking about the ever escalating world of milestone events, and we're talking about all of them, everything that um, we have started celebrating or been celebrating. And are we going too far on this? We've seen a lot of stuff out there on social media, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the most recent one, right, that brought this up, I think we were talking about that, was the young lady who had her diploma so-called rescinded because of her celebration
Yes, you talking
after
about with the
grad.
split?
Right.
She
I
did the
mean,
split on there.
she did more than the split. I
Yeah,
mean,
she kind of twerked that booty.
yeah, I thought it was at Harlem Bailey Circus or something, or the Kit Kat Club.
I don't
But
understand why she did it. I don't understand why she did that. That was a bit much.
I
They
tell
gave
you
her back
this.
her diploma though. They did give it back to her.
Oh no. In
Mhm.
all honesty, it was more of a statement, in my opinion, from the
Mm,
school to put that
yeah,
out there to show that this kind
yeah,
of behavior is not acceptable.
correct,
But she
correct,
already earned the credits. It's not like they
right,
can rescind it after that
right,
point because
right,
graduation doesn't give you credits, right?
right, right,
It's more to say
mm,
you've done what you needed.
right.
Um, I tell you this much: if she got a little brother, he gonna be in some shit, right? Because the
Right.
thing is, they ain't going. Yeah, he might get
That
detention
that
once.
was that was a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I've seen some big celebrations of proms. I mean, like backdrops and these fancy decorations and streets
Mhm.
blocked off, DJs, you know, that for me, that's a little too far, you know. Because
Right.
I'm thinking, first of all, what are we teaching them? Does is Are we teaching them like is bigger always better, or you know, what could we be teaching them?
Well,
Do
I tell
we
you
Is
this.
love equal to spending? You
No,
know,
I think we're teaching them. Well, there's a couple things in my mind that's going on. One is parents want to be better than the parent before them, so they
yes,
want to
I
do
agree.
more for their
Yeah,
kid.
yeah,
But I think majority of it is just keeping up with the Joneses, just
yeah.
trying to better the
But you
next
know what I think now in this day and age? I think that it's more they're obligated to, it's like a pressure for them. They have to do it now.
like
Like
I
you,
said, like I
yes.
said, right? They're
Mm,
comparing to, when keeping up with the Joneses, right? Last year, this person planned this, so I have to be better. But this is the problem. If we're talking about kids, right? People under 18,
mhm.
right? They don't have to do anything because it's not them doing anything.
Right, right,
It's their parents doing it,
right,
right? Now, if you're talking about parents celebrating, and we can get into that, but
right.
the parents are doing it because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses for some odd thing. To me, uh, I'll give you an example of what I compare it to, and people slam me for this, but I compare it to anniversaries.
Mm,
All right, if you're in a relationship with someone, your first anniversary is a 10-carat diamond.
mhm,
You have a lot to do year 5, 10, 15, if it lasts that long,
uh-huh,
right? Because you started way up here,
right.
right? There was no
So, and
gradual.
that's a good point you're making because I believe it's creating like unrealistic expectations for something future. You know what I
Absolutely. And
mean? Yes.
I would agree with
Right.
that. I would
Right.
agree with that. You
Yeah.
know what I
So you're just
mean?
constantly trying to outdo the year before and the year before and the year that. You're,
But you know what? And people always blame social media, right?
mm, mm,
It's it's I think people should not blame social media as much other than blame their own self-esteem.
mm,
What I mean by that is
mm,
that most of the
mm,
things you see on social media are fake, right? People pretending to be something they're not.
right.
People see that and then try to pretend or be what they see on TikTok.
Mm.
Self-esteem,
Who
right?
was the rapper that did that?
Hmm?
He took a picture. It was a rapper. Who was it that did that? Took a picture in front of somebody else's
Car or something.
was it no, it was a what you call it? It was an aircraft, a private jet. Took a picture of it and and somebody else took a picture of him sitting in commercial.
Oh snap!
Who was that? I can't remember
I
who
don't
that
know.
was.
I don't
That was
know,
big. That happened a few years ago.
right? But
But
you ain't heard
there
him
you
rap
go,
no
right there.
You still rapping?
Yeah, he's still rapping.
Oh, real?
Yes,
Oh,
it was somebody
I thought
really
he lost
famous,
all
but he ain't
credibility.
had coins like that. He ain't had
Oh,
coins like that.
I mean, well, I mean, the same thing is when they make that rap video. Well, I don't know. That's not celebrating. That's pretending,
Yes.
right?
But can it be pretending also? You know,
Well, yeah. I
for
mean, the
me,
thing is, if you
do
have
you really have the money to do this? And
listen,
I'm not talking about,
mhm,
celebrities, even though I kind of disagree with you. I think it does come from social media. I think it does come from reality shows and people, normal people sitting there watching that stuff and somebody say, hey, let me try this. And then somebody else did it, and then somebody else, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger.
right.
I think it came from social media, you
I
know.
mean, it can come from social media, but for it to be so influential, it's self-esteem.
Mm,
For you to feel that I have to, if I see something on TV, well, not that I want to do that, right? But my life should be like that, or I'm trying to live a fake life. And what I mean by that, some of these proms where these kids are, getting delivered by a helicopter and
right,
and got backdrops and DJs
right,
and whatnot,
right.
that right now. First of all, there's a couple of things that I have to ask. One
Mm,
is, are you going to go to college?
mm,
Right?
right.
Um,
What's your expectation? What's your goal from this? Because you're
but
celebrating, it
right.
really is a milestone. It is a celebration.
Oh, it definitely is a celebration, but
Mm,
it's not the end of celebrations,
right,
right?
right,
It's the
right,
beginning of, and it's almost the
right,
beginning of a celebration. To whereas this is your first step to get out into the real world, all
right,
right?
right.
And to set that expectation that every time you hit a milestone, even though it may be significant, right?
Mm,
Um, it's not the end all be all, right?
right. You
Next 3 months from now, you got to go to
right.
college. 3 months from now, you should be getting a job.
You know,
So,
bro,
you know,
I had and not to interrupt you, but I had an experience with this and it just came to me. I remember when my son went on his junior prom. This was the first time. He
mm,
went on his junior and senior prom. His junior prom. So, with the guys, we got to go to the girl house. So my son got dressed, we did our thing at the house, and then we had to drive to the girl house so he
okay.
could pick him up and, take the pictures and all that. And we in there, and I go in the house and I'm in there with the mom sitting down on the couch. The girl still ain't came down the steps yet. And I'm like, what time is this girl coming down the steps? Because now I'm getting a little anxious and I'm like, what is going on? It had to been maybe over an hour before she came down the steps. And I may be being nice about that because it took a while for her before she came down the steps. I'm like, what is this, a wedding? Is this, that's what started going in my mind. Like, why are you taking so long to come down the steps? What are you
Hmm.
doing? This is a prom and it's a junior prom.
Okay.
So I was just like, what the heck? That blew my mind. Senior prom. Another girl, and she did the same exact thing. She did not come out over an hour. Everybody there, we sitting there waiting for her to come down the steps for over an hour.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, and I'm being serious, in that story that you told, that's just ignorance.
Yes, like
But that has
well, what
nothing
did
to
you, I'm
do.
looking at
But
the
we're
mom,
talking
what
about
did you
celebrate,
teach her?
huh?
I'm looking at the mom, what did you teach her? It all ties in. It's not just ignorance. What did you teach her? To stay up there and do that? Because, in weddings, the bride is always late. That's supposed to be, a thing. That's a tradition. The bride is late. Everybody's waiting for her to come in.
I ain't never heard
This,
that before.
um, yeah.
No, I ain't never heard that.
I'm
On
sorry.
one of the most important days of my life, ain't nobody late. When I got married,
Well, we know that. We
right?
we we
I
ain't
was.
talking about you. We
I'm just
know.
saying
Yeah,
that
we
doesn't make it.
know
Yeah,
everything was on time.
that's
But
ignorant. I think I was
um
late though, to be honest with
it's
you.
some kind of little tradition that, the bride is late.
Mm,
But that just blew my mind. It's not just ignorance, they're being taught that. So what do you expect? The point I'm trying to make, what are your expectations? What are you looking for? What if you are married? What if you do have a wedding? Like, what else are you going to do? I think you build this prom around like this is my wedding.
hmm
Why? So what are you expecting more? What are you expecting further in your life? You have no more expectations. You done did it all.
Again, yeah, I mean that's the case, but also, let's get back to the original topic, the girl at the graduation, right?
Mhm,
There's nothing wrong with celebrating people. I get it,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
But there's a time and a place for everything.
mhm,
Just because you want to do it doesn't make it right. Just
mhm.
because you have the right to do it doesn't make it right. And I think
Right.
that's the conversation that we need to have, right?
Mhm,
Especially in her situation. It was inconsiderate because you got people behind you. I've been in graduations before. They're forever.
mhm.
And you want to
Graduations are not
and
the
you want to do a
same.
dance scene, do it at home, right?
Right.
You slowing up 200 people behind us, right? That 15 minutes then slowed us up an hour. Now we at the graduation an extra hour because you wanted to show off.
Mhm,
If you wanted to show off, you should have been the valedictorian. If you
mhm.
wanted to show off, you should have been one of the speakers,
Good point. Good.
right? That's my problem with that situation.
Right. Right.
Now, celebrating these gender reveal parties, right? I don't know. I
Wait,
mean,
wait, wait.
everybody
Listen,
everybody has their choice just to the extent of it.
listen.
People are
Slow
getting
down.
injured.
Slow down. Slow down. Let's
I
go
said
back to
people
the
are getting
primes.
injured.
Slow,
Mhm.
slow down. Let's go back to the primes. Cause you running through. We ain't even get the gender reveals. We ain't go back. We ain't get the prom
You was talking
graduation.
about coming
You went
downstairs
to
from the prom. What kind of stupid
yes.
crap is that?
I don't feel like it was stupid. I thought it was a point. What's your
A
problem?
very bad point.
I feel like, well, that's your opinion. That's why the show is called We Think Differently. That's your
Okay.
opinion.
All
I
right.
feel like I think that was a good point, a good start of what's going on. I mean, I've seen the prime. You've been on your prime. Was your girlfriend late? I wasn't late on my prime.
I can't remember.
No, this is something.
I know. No, I think I went to a couple. I don't know. I can't remember.
No, I'm talking about the prime with the Rose voice. That was your senior prime, right?
She was not late.
Yeah.
She better not have been late.
We didn't do that. We was ready to go. We wanted to go to our proms. We were
No,
ready.
no,
There
no,
was no big entrance. There was no big, none of that. We wanted to go. We wanted to take our pictures. We wanted to get our corsage on our hand.
y'all wanted to stay out
Yeah,
all
we wanted
night.
to go.
You wanted to
Yes.
stay out
I
all
mean,
night. Yeah.
it's none of that now. It's a whole big scene now. It's like, where does it end? Like, what are we creating? What happened to I'm sorry, excuse me, the simple, authentic celebrations? Like, somebody in the kitchen cooking some food. We had food, and family was there, and everybody. It was a good time. You didn't have no big DJ blasting all this music out there, and the whole block got to be jumping.
This is my question, man. With the and listen, only thing I'm saying is that I think celebrations sometimes go too far. People need to be considerate of other people. All right.
Right.
My thing is, as bad as the economy is, everybody crying, nobody having money, blah blah blah. Where are we getting this money?
Exactly.
Right? We
Who
complain
hustling
about
for
so
this
much. I'm
money?
talking about people in general. I don't care who you are, but we talk
Who
about how
hustling for
hard
this
it is.
money?
And listen, you got to do for you. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm saying in today's world where things are going so, I don't know if it's a way to lash out.
Mhm. Or putting up, or maybe it's the parent living out their own dream. You know what I mean?
Could be, yeah,
Could
yeah.
be.
And you know what? That could be a very good response. I'm a creative, and we all know parties when we had them with our parents, it was more for them than us, right? I mean,
Right, right, right.
so that could be a very good point right there.
Yeah, yeah.
They might be living out their own, but it is what it is. I just think you have to be
Well,
considerate of the people.
where do we draw the line between special and excessive? Where do we draw
I
that
put it to you
line?
like this, and I was talking to a friend about this, and I asked them, "What do you think is excessive?" And she said basically, if the young lady would have accepted her diploma and danced to her seat,
Right, right, right.
okay,
Good
right,
point.
right.
Good point. Good
You can
analogy.
do all you can,
Excessive is what she did. Yes.
right, right, right,
Good.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I think that's where it is. But everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be known. But my point is this: just since you said slow down,
Yes.
if we talking about that, you have to think of the future. And what I mean by that is,
Mhm.
people see this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would I hire you if you can't even control yourself?
Yeah. 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 Great. Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
come there, I'm very interested. I'm interested in this, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't seem like you can control yourself.
Yeah. And don't that always come back to bite you?
You know,
Yeah.
you got to keep your composure in interviews and blah, blah, blah. School is an interview. It's a 4 year. You get a pass, and then you take another 4 years plus to get another pass to go
Yeah.
out into whatever. But during this process, you get grades. People analyze your grades and to see if you're teachable.
Right.
After all that work, you do
Right.
something like that. That kind of messes up everything that you did before, in a sense.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about her grades. Nobody's talking
Yeah.
about what kind of student she is. Only thing they're saying is this school took her diploma because she acted like this.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I see over here is a person that was doing something inappropriate under the occasion. And I think
Mhm.
it's gotten worse over years. It seems like people are trying to overdo each other. That's when it doesn't become genuine.
So can we say we have kind of shift from the meaningful moments to social media worthy?
Now, listen, everybody wants to show their happiness, right?
Right.
And it could be fake happiness. I don't know that young lady's life. After that graduation, she may go home, God forbid, get a beating or something, or don't have
Right.
no food, can't
Right.
get her
Right.
hair done. I don't know, right?
Mhm.
Or she might have the best life ever. I don't know. But people try to fake it, you know. That's
Mhm.
why you see all these people in there. Me and so are extremely happy, and then a week later we broke up. They cheated on me.
Right. Right.
Y'all just said y'all was in love, man. That happened that quick. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to portray something that's not true.
I
We
just
all do it.
feel,
I do it.
let me ask you something, and this is so funny because I seen this done and it blew my mind like, why doing that? I seen a kindergarten prom and graduation. Kindergarten. Like you're about what, 5, 6? Yeah, about 5 or 6 in kindergarten. Um, and I've seen some very elaborate celebrations for
Mhm.
kindergartens. I never knew that. My kids, we didn't have that when my kids were being raised growing up. They didn't have no kindergarten proms and graduations. I don't understand why we created that. Don't get me wrong. I think it is a milestone that it is a great achievement once your kid comes out of kindergarten and starts first grade. I think that is a great
For
achievement
the parent.
for the parent. I don't get the whole like why are
First
we
of all,
doing it for like
that's the
we're
celebration.
graduating senior. That's the one right there.
I
I
don't
don't understand what's this big celebration now.
I don't know. I couldn't explain it to you because, in all honesty, I wasn't that happy when my kid went. I mean, I was happy, but
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, all right.
Yes, it wasn't like, okay, we gonna
That's
throw them a prom
yeah,
and a
yeah.
graduation now.
Also, I think in that situation, it also goes in a sense, which kind of branches off, is that everybody gets a participation trophy or participation trophy.
Right,
Even if
right,
you lose, you get a trophy.
right,
I
right.
think
I
that's
agree
what it
with that.
comes down to.
Yeah,
You know,
that's I agree
it's
with
something.
that.
Yeah, there's nothing to work forward to because you get gratification at every. Uh, I guess I don't know, every level. You get gratification. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, and this is the bad thing about it. All that celebrating and whatnot, right? And when you get into the real world and your boss doesn't say good job, you want to quit.
Right, right. And that's where that's really good what you just said because that's where all of that entitlement and this, I feel like, I do better than everyone else and all those thoughts in the work environment, that starts from kindergarten graduations.
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
I think we start celebrating way too early on milestones that should not be celebrated, like graduating from kindergarten. Yeah, good job. Great job. That is,
Let's move
you
on
a
to
big
the
boy.
next.
You're going to the first
Right.
grade now.
Yeah,
Those
this
were
is
the
what you
things
need to
that we got.
prepare for. Right,
Yes.
right.
But now we're making this big celebration. So when you do get to the first grade, what are you going to do when I get to the second grade? I should be
Mhm.
celebrated again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's what happens. You know, it's too young. It's too young. We're normalizing it now. It's just
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, that type of celebration is. But even if you graduate from college or your PhD, it's the setting. There's a time and a place. That's
right,
all I'm saying.
right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You and your family spent this time to get you there, right? So
Mhm.
normally that celebration should be held between you and your family, not you in the auditorium.
Yeah, right,
You
right.
understand what I mean?
You listen, I can remember, I forget which one of those kids' graduation it was, and me and mom was standing side by side, and it was packed. So we were, packed on each row. I know it was an auditorium, and I remember this one kid, when they called this kid's name at the graduation, that family was right behind us and they yelled so hard and so loud. Mom being mom turned around and was like, that had to hurt. Why did you do that? I was cracking up.
You know what? And that's where I can say, I mean, I understand that, right? Because they are happy, right?
It was,
But they
it
they
was a
didn't
lot.
they didn't. I mean, all right, but they
It
didn't
was a
run out
lot.
of the aisles, run up and down the steps, waving their hands, saying "Thank you, Jesus." Right? What they did, stand up, woo, blow the horn, blah blah blah. Okay,
Uh,
cool. Pause. Okay, cool. Right? But if they would have got out their seats, ran down the steps, ran up the steps, waving their hands, blowing the horns, kick them people out,
Yeah, yeah. You know, in
right?
schools now that ask that you don't say anything, do not celebrate until all the graduating kids
Yeah, and
have
that's
gone through.
in all honesty, I'm sorry, that's considerate. You have,
Yeah,
because if you want to celebrate, celebrate after. They still have
right,
the diploma. You can
right,
clap your hands or something, but the thing is, if you have 200 people,
right.
right,
Hmm.
let's move it.
Yeah,
Read your
yeah.
name. Let's get do your
Yeah.
celebration. Do it in the
Yes,
car. Do it
yes.
whenever. But
Right, yeah,
this is a professional, or yeah, I guess I wouldn't say professional, but it's an event that there should be structure.
right.
All right. Do the block party. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah. After everything is over, yeah,
Yeah,
y'all can go
put
have
your tracksuit
fun.
on.
Yeah,
Put whatever. Run up and down. Whatever. But
yes. During
when
the
I'm behind,
ceremony, there
and
should
you
be
know what?
structure.
Probably because it's so upsetting for me,
Uh,
is because my last name, right,
right.
doesn't
You
begin in
gotta
the
go all the
beginning
way
of
down.
the
Yeah, yes,
right, right.
right,
It
right.
doesn't begin in in the beginning of the alphabet. So maybe that's why I take it a little bit personal,
Right.
right? And you have, you know, Castiel
Yes,
doing it. I'm like, oh
yes.
man.
Right. Yeah,
So that might be an issue. I don't know.
yeah. But I think, I think I want to say that we may have lost sight of the achievement itself. You
Mm.
know, um, what are we saying to them? Besides asking them, and I'm talking about proms or graduations or, stuff like that. What are you saying to this kid during this milestone, especially if it's a senior prom? Like, do you think that those parents of that girl that did that split across the stage, what did they say? Did they cheer her on? I don't know. I didn't see any
If they
parents or
did,
anything.
they're teaching her the wrong lesson, in my opinion.
Yeah. What would
Right?
make her do that?
I'd have took a car back for a week.
Yeah.
Because if she act like that, they better have bought her a car.
Right.
When she was acting, right?
Right,
I
right.
mean, yeah, I mean something, and she has to be
Well, she
told.
probably gonna get one now because that video went viral. So they're gonna get paid. She probably gonna get one now.
Yeah, they're gonna get paid, but again, paid for a little bit. This is
Yeah,
long.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
People gonna look at her like,
And I think that's where the lesson comes in at.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
people gonna look at that like, man. I mean, seriously, if I was an employer, I'd be like, unless you're a motivational speaker, I'm sorry, we ain't got no job for you. An aerobics teacher or something, I'm sorry. You
Right.
got to be right.
So you wouldn't hire her
I'm doing
because she did
thorough
that split.
like
You wouldn't hire
pump it,
her?
lift that weight, girl. You know what I mean? That's the only job you gonna get.
Oh my gosh.
I want her to prove me wrong, though. I want her to be successful. I just know
Yeah.
it's going to be hard if people recognize it because she acted like, I don't know.
They're
And they
not
say
going to
right,
recognize her as anybody corporate in the field or anything like that because they're going to all be stuck on that that split. But I hope she does be successful.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I
Me
hope
too.
she learned from it.
Absolutely. I mean,
And prove them
everybody
all
deserves it.
wrong, baby.
I mean, she
Change their
graduated.
minds, prove them all
Listen,
wrong.
let's keep it honest. She graduated. Congratulations.
Yes.
You just
Yep.
acted like a fool afterwards. That's
Yes.
all. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
And hopefully people don't remember that, but you're going to be known for that.
Yeah.
And depending on how she takes it from a logistics standpoint in her life,
Mhm.
she may be proud of it or she may be embarrassed after this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish that she finds out.
I hope it was a
Figures it out.
humbling situation for her. That's what I hope, because if it was a humbling thing for her with the embarrassment, that's where growth comes in at. And she's not going to want anyone to look at her in that way, in that manner again. That's just my thoughts. No. Speak.
No, I mean, I said everything. In all honesty, I want to move on to this gender reveal stuff.
Go ahead. What's up with the
I
gender
think we
reveals?
buried the death on the graduation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah. In all honesty, it's all the same, right? I think
Hmm.
people are taking celebration way too far.
Hmm.
Um,
When
I
did we
think,
come up with that gender reveal?
to be honest with you, I would love to read but I know how important it is to know the gender, right?
Right, right,
Because everybody has this thing: I want a male, I want a girl, whatever the case
right,
may
right.
be.
You usually got that
Um,
at the ultrasound, but go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, no. I mean, you get it, but they don't tell anybody. That's the whole point: gender reveal, right?
Right, right.
But they find out or the doctor knows, and they tell a
Mm-hmm.
person, and the person sets up the party, that type of deal. But um, I think it's when people start getting hurt at celebrations,
Mm-hmm.
trying to overdo another person,
Right,
that's when things become far. When it becomes harmful, when you are inconsiderate of other people, I think that's when,
right.
I personally got to tell you, I hate, I wouldn't say hate, but all right, New York,
Mm-hmm.
right? 2-0 New York in the NBA Finals, yo.
Mm-hmm.
First time in 20 some odd years, I think.
Right. Yeah.
If they win,
This
that celebration,
it's going to be crazy.
right?
Listen,
We're talking about it. That
it's going to
celebration,
be
right?
crazy. First
And
of all,
that's what
if they sweep them like they've had done the last two teams, and they sweep the Spurs, this is going to be out of control.
if they
It's
win
going
in
to be
7,
out of control.
if they win in 7, but yeah, if they sweep, but no
If they
matter if
sweep,
they win, just
yeah,
if
it's going
they
to be out of
win,
control regardless.
right?
But this
That
is,
celebration is
yeah,
going to be crazy.
yeah.
But shoot, when Philly won, the
But that's
Eagles,
a celebration. I agree with you. It shouldn't be where anybody is harmed or anything like that.
but people
But
don't get
that's a celebration. That is a celebration. They earn that.
what.
Bring that to their city. They earn that.
No, they
That's a
earned it, but you
celebration.
don't earn getting stepped on and trampled.
Yeah, I don't agree with that part. Now, if you're hurting and you're doing just stupid stuff, that's a whole different thing. You're not celebrating. You're just being weird, and you need to go to jail. Sorry to tell you that.
But yeah, I mean, I just think from a standpoint, people take it overboard. Um, some people take it. I mean, a general celebration. I think there needs to be levels.
Hmm.
Kids start out at 10, right? Because there's really from a celebration standpoint. I guess there is an 11, 12, and 13. I guess because 10. I guess, but you're not teaching restraint.
Hmm.
You're not teaching, which is a part of discipline.
Hmm.
Um, you're messing from a standpoint. You're not putting things in perspective in life,
Right,
right? Every time something happens, this is what I'm supposed to be.
right.
And if you get disappointed, and this is probably way off, but when you get disappointed, then you have suicide
Mm.
because you're so used to that celebration, that
Mhm.
euphoria, that feeling. And if you don't get it, then you have depression. Then you have I'm not worth anything. You have low self esteem because you already had it because you had to show everybody you were the snizzit.
Right, right, right.
So and I think, in my opinion, I think it just is.
I
I
think
think
it,
everything in
yeah.
moderation.
I, you know, I, I know friends that, will do anything for their kid to have the hottest or, the newest thing. Um, I've seen that done. I think what it teaches though is like love equals spending. Like in order for you to feel love or be loved or think you're loved, somebody has to be giving you something expensive or, have
Yeah,
to be spending money on you. I believe it teaches that also. So it does dive deeper into um mentality or, you know, um um, mental issues, I guess, could develop, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. But I didn't expect that, but okay. I don't know if y'all want to know what we laughing about. Oh
Oh,
my
that shit.
gosh.
Yo, Shell,
Oh
you
my
should.
gosh.
Okay.
I was trying to still stay
You trying like,
on
how am I going
topic.
to do this? Right? How am I
Yeah.
going to do this?
Yes. So, we talked about, so many celebrations that have become so extravagant. And, I feel like it puts definitely financial stress on the family, especially if you can't afford it and you're just trying to outdo the neighbor. I think that, um, we're not teaching our kids anything. Um, as far as what's the meaning of that milestone. um what are you giving them? What are their expectations? What can they look forward to? um
Stop spoiling.
yeah, that's
It's
where
that,
we
but
develop these
also
entitled kids.
you don't listen, man. I don't know. I think it's the parents' job to teach the kid restraint.
Yeah,
Um,
boundaries.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that you teach the kid the importance of stuff. That that milestone is important. I'm not discounting that.
Mm.
But if you're trying to show a level of maturity, okay, doing that, which he did, does not show that level.
Right.
That shows a regression.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna kind of make this a short show today. We're gonna wrap this up today. Actually, my parents are at my bro's house right now. I didn't get to invite y'all, so I don't know what that was about. But where does this leave us? Is what about the real question? Is it about how much we spend, how big we go? Is it about why we're celebrating in the first place? You know what I mean? Are we honoring the person and their achievement, or are we just performing for an audience? Should celebrations should reflect your values, not someone else's expectations? You
Yeah,
know, um, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think
Comment
we
on
were
this,
so.
y'all.
Hmm?
Comment on this. Tell us some experiences. Let us
Tell us
know.
what you think.
Yeah, what's your thoughts about it? But we're gonna thank you guys for joining us for this episode. We think differently. Is that a problem? Make sure you subscribe, send to your friends, give us some feedback because we will definitely read that and we will enjoy that. So guys, until next time, talk to you later.
Don't celebrate too much. Later.
Don't overextend.